Good evening. The purpose of this discussion is to go over methods, strategies that we can use to prevent future generations from being impoverished by what is truthfully a right of all Americans, which is to be educated and to be educated without having to go into massive amounts of debt. The cost of a college education has doubled since 1980. At the same time, it's growing 8 times faster than wages in the U.S. Think about this. When you start a job, the cost of you going to school to get the job cost 8 times what your wages will probably grow over the life of your career. And with the fact that many students can only afford student loans as a means to pay for their education, we are potentially setting our country on a course for a potential time bomb that will cause a student loan crisis if many students are forced to default on loans in order to get education that they need in order to be successful in the modern world that we have. Years ago, it was possible for a person to go to school, have a job while going to school, and then graduate with little to no debt. That is virtually impossible nowadays. The cost of an education has increased for many reasons. One being that as universities are receiving less and less money from states in order to fund them, the cost of the education that they are providing is put more on the back of students. I want to show this right here. I'm sorry I'm doing it this way. I couldn't get my thing to work any other way. The single largest chunk of anyone's payroll is not my car loan, not my credit card. It is my student loan. The only thing that costs me more, even as a student now, is my mortgage. In reviewing the many problems that come along with this problem, there are 2 sources that I can see as a means for preventing this for future generations. One, we need to come up with a system that allows a more direct alignment between high school courses and college courses. Many of the courses that I took in college to get the bachelor's that I'm pursuing now, I actually took in high school, but they weren't considered college level. If we can come up with a system that allows more classes to be taken at a lower level for free, it will decrease the cost of an education. 2 years of my education was spent taking classes, again, that were virtual clones of what I took in high school. Also, we need to get to a point where we allow students to go directly into pathways. Many of the classes we require a person to take for a bachelor's have nothing to do with that person's end career goal. Again, I've taken algebra again. I've taken history, economics, multiple classes that have nothing to do with my intended education degree. We're at a tipping point that if we don't do something soon, our country is going to face a crisis. It is going to get to a place where education will be a segregated thing where those who have are able to get it and those who do not have will not be able to, and then forced into menial jobs. We must do something, and we must do something soon. Thank you.